Namaste, my name is Shailija and I welcome you all to the Kundalini Guide YouTube channel. Today I'll be talking about something very interesting. It's all about snakes, dragons and spiders. From ancient times, Kundalini has been associated with the snake. It's not just in India but even in other parts of the world like ancient Greek, ancient Egyptian symbols, then ancient we have the African symbols, European symbols, the Semitic symbols. There are many places all around Earth. The inner energy, transformative energy, was always associated with the snake. What is the reason for this? For few, this association is purely symbolic, but for few others who undergone this transformative process, it is real. It feels real, it looks real. Kundalini is the feminine creative energy that lies dormant within each one of us. For a normal person, he will deny the existence of Kundalini till it wakes up in him. Until unless the power wakes up within you, you will not even be aware of the fact that this power is there at the base of your spine. Now, dreams are normal in a person's lifetime, and people usually have dreams on snakes. So, what is the difference between those dreams and the dreams that occur when a person is undergoing the Kundalini awakening? Now, when a person is undergoing the transformative process has started in his body, the prana starts, or the chi, it starts traveling upwards in his body. Though it has not entered the main channels of Ida, Pingala and Sushumna, it is still moving upwards in the body. It's trying to clear the blocks in the body. So when this happens, the person dreams a lot about snakes. He sees dragons. So how is this different from the normal snake dreams which a person dreams maybe once, few times in his life? The main thing is the duration, the intensity, and the frequency of the dreams. So when a person starts having a Kundalini awakening, the frequency and the intensity of the dream is much, much superior than that which we normally experience in a normal dream. These symbols come from the unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is trying to communicate with you. Now, the people who have undergone this transformative process before us have also had similar dreams. And even the next generation, whoever who's going to undergo this process, even they will have dreams on similar lines. These dreams, they feel very real. That is, while you're sleeping and you have this dream and you freak out and you wake up from your dream, you will still see the snake in the form of a shadow on the wall. It feels real. Your dream has spilled into real time. And these snakes will be of different types. They can be of different colors: blue, red, green, yellow, golden, white. They can be of different variations, color variations, maybe white striped with red. It can be either a cobra, generally it is a cobra, and sometimes a python, and sometimes it is many other kinds of snakes, but I can only identify a cobra or a python, so I'll stick to those two versions. Now these snakes which you see come for a reason. They want to communicate to you that the transformative process has started in your body. Snake symbol, it stands for the transformative process where the old dies and the new is born. So typically the snake is telling you that the old person which you were is going to die away slowly, and in that place you're going to experience a rebirth of a new personality, a new you, a better version of you. Apart from snakes, the other major symbols a person may encounter are spiders, dragons. Now, there are many other dream symbols also associated with Kundalini. I will discuss that in a separate video. But for this video, I limit it to snakes, dragons, and spiders. The snake symbolizes the legendary transformative power or the healing energy. It is transformational. It transforms lower energy vibrations into higher aspects of mind, body, and spirit. Like a snake that sheds its skin and it is reborn, it leaves the old skin behind. Even the markings on its skin change. The eyes go opaque and then it comes out as reborn. Similar to that, when somebody undergoes a Kundalini process, they too lose their old self, or the old self falls away and it is replaced by a higher self or a higher aspect of them. Snakes are a symbol of life, wisdom, and unified consciousness of DNA. Now, Kundalini can be seen as the fire serpent. The DNA emits light. So that is why the Kundalini is seen as a fire serpent. Now, scientists say that we have a lot of junk DNA in our body and it has no purpose. They call this DNA as redundant. Now, encoded in that junk DNA is your inner miraculous power. The Kundalini reawakens the silent DNA. And that is why it is associated with the symbol of snake, which is the symbol of death and rebirth. Snakes are very self-aware creatures. They use vibrations and heat signatures to navigate through their physical surroundings. These vibrations help them to decide in what direction they need to move, because vibrations, they move through time and space, and it helps them as a compass to navigate the physical surrounding that it is present in. The reason why Kundalini is associated with snake in general is that is when the prana flows through the nadis in a person, it feels like a snake is crawling through your inner channels, because it has that snake-like movements while it is moving up your spine. Even our spine, the Merudanda as it is called, it looks like a snake that is standing on its tail. You can see that symbolically here in image 2, where the spine looks like a snake. And the dreams about snakes have different meaning to it. For example, when somebody is undergoing the Kundalini process and the snake bites, it simply means that he is infused with new energy. When a python swallows the person either in a vision state or in real time or in dream state, it simply means that they've been infused with plenty of new energy. Apart from that, when you see a cobra hood, I generally see, when I close my eyes, I see always come face to face with the hood of a cobra. That simply means that it is in the protection mode. Next, the twin snakes, they are the masculine and feminine energy that move up the spine, which you can see here in image 3. Now, this is similar to the DNA. If you look at image 4, you can see the DNA strands. So, when the Ida and the Pingala nadis rise up the spine, typically what is happening is your DNA is changing, and that is what this symbolizes. At the top of it, Caduceus, you can see the wings. It simply means that the person who was more of earthly nature has now been transformed into a free soul. These wings, they represent the thing that this person is now a free soul. This is your gate to freedom. Apart from that, you will even see symbols of dragon. Dragons are, they are the entry into the unconscious mind. And you will even see many hooded snakes. I will show you some more images Here you can see image 2 is of a snake around a shivling. This is a first thing that a person will see when the Kundalini enters one of the main channels. I saw this in 2011, and that is when I realized that I was undergoing this transformative process within my body. This is how it declares itself to you in a vision state. Next, I've seen dragons too. I've seen dragons when I was going through a lot of symptoms of the Kundalini awakening, and when my transition was not smooth. I had to face a lot of problems, and that is when I saw a dragon. It shows that the force with which uh, the power is moving within the body. Apart from that, I've even seen monitor lizard also. Here you'll see the image 4. You can see the 3.5 coil snake. This is how the coiled snake looks. Each coil has a separate meaning to it. It represents the conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, or the wakeful state, then the dream state, and the deep sleep state. Image 5 represents Ouroboros. This is the sign which, this is another symbol that a person undergoing the awakening will see in his dreams. The snake is eating its own tail. It simply means that the snake is completing a phase or a cycle of transformation. And it is dying, and it is eating its tail. It is eating itself to be reborn again in a new personality. Next, you can see the image 6 where you see Buddha with many cobras. So many hooded cobras are also seen during this process, and I've tried to research on as to why I see many different hooded cobras, but I couldn't find any information. So only thing is I can dip into my own experience. The first time I saw a three-hooded cobra, that was when I think my Kundalini moved up from the uh, Manipura chakra. It moved up. It came out of the three lower chakras. That is when I saw the three-hooded cobra. And I think each hood represents each dimension. So I saw, because I've come out of the third dimension, I saw a three-hooded cobra. And that is when my dream states got much richer. I was transforming a lot. I was clearing away a lot of my own karmic baggage, my ancestral karmic baggage, and the societal karmic baggage. A lot of it was happening in the dream time for me. Then I saw the five-hooded cobra a little later, after a few years. That is when I was getting very creative with my abilities. I was always a poet, but then this ability to write, to create new things heightened, and it went to a new level. And I have recently seen the seven-hooded cobra. Here you can see in the picture that Buddha has a seven-hooded cobra. And I somehow link this with the state of samadhi, because the seven chakras is what this seven-hooded cobra represents. It shows that while this person is in the state of samadhi, that is the deep sleep state, he is still aware. He is still aware in a state of deep sleep. This is even called as yoga nidra in India. So it represents this state. So the snake gives a beautiful imagery. It can represent every stage of your transformative process. And maybe that is why nature has used this symbol to communicate with us. And moreover, I have heard from others that the reason why a person sees a snake when the Kundalini awakens is because they need to release a lot of fear. When I saw the snake, I freaked out. It took me 3 years to come to terms with the presence of snake or many different snakes coming onto me, crawling all over my body. I was getting swallowed by pythons. I was getting bitten by cobras. And all this was transforming me. But initially I was terrified. And I didn't know from where I could seek help. It took me 3 years to come out of my fear. So when I look back now, I realize that all this happened for my good. What happens is, while in the transformatory process, a lot of fear is trapped in the base chakra, that is the Muladhara chakra. And until and unless that fear is released, we cannot move up the spiritual ladder. So this was the way that all the trapped fear that was there within me got released. And after the fear got released, I realized that what was fearing the snake was my ego and it was not me. So now, yes, I still have the same experiences going through my life, but I don't feel fear for the snake anymore. It has sort of become a companion in my spiritual evolution now. And another thing which I've heard in the Kundalini circles is the reason why a person says a snake when the Kundalini gets activated is because if there's any undeserving person who has forcibly activated their Kundalini through yogic practices and they don't qualify for the awakening because the system is not mature enough, the nervous system and brain are not mature enough to handle this energy or to transform. In such case, when they see the snake, the guardian of this energy, they immediately fall into fear and they stay away from these practices. So that way, the energy is protected from falling into wrongful hands. In image 4, you can see that the snake is coiled. When it is coiled, it simply means a person is in ignorance. The person is ignorant to his own inner divinity and he is more externally focused in the outside world. But once the snake starts unfolding itself, that is when the person starts going within and he starts his spiritual journey. The spider is another creature that is very closely associated with Kundalini energy because spiders get attracted to Kundalini energy. They can sense it. So when somebody is undergoing Kundalini awakening, they can expect a lot of spiders in their personal space, in their closet where they keep their clothes. And no matter how much you clean your closet, even on a daily basis, you'll always have a new visitor, a new spider hanging around in your bedroom or the place where you spend most of your time. Well, spider has 8 limbs. 8, if you see in image 2, it's a symbol of infinity. It is said that spiders create their own world and they can even eat away their own world. Let's think of God as a spider and the web as his universe, the creation, the God's creation. Then universe is created out of oneness and oneness is present in all things. Oneness is the container of the universe and what is contained within it. We too are spinning our web of illusions and this comes from very deep within our subconscious mind. We too are spinning the web of life and then we create the web of situations and dramas in our life and we play the center stage. We are the main actor in our drama till the drama ends and then we pull back out of this illusion. So we too are like the spiders who create the web. We play around in the web and then when the time is over we just eat away our web. So in between lifetimes we emerge from the web of illusion. Then what is the spider representing within us? It is the eternal self. The eternal self that is present in the web and yet it is beyond all states of consciousness and phenomenon. So in the Kundalini process, we are trying to go back to our eternal self so that we don't have to spin further webs of illusion and get caught up in the drama that this illusion brings into our life. Many ancient civilizations were familiar with this divine feminine energy and the snake represents the transmutational process that goes on in our body. The process where The older, lower self dies and it is replaced by a newer, higher consciousness. We become more evolved in the entire process. May we all overcome our fears and get evolved to a higher level of living. Thank you.